The jail that's raised a catalogue of concerns, a sharp rise in assaults and even prisoners being taken hostage. This former inmate told me what happened when he was at Glen Parva.
I came out and he's got a big cut down this side of the face and a big cut down the side of that face, and I asked someone later that day what happened, and they said someone razed him down the side of his face, so it is quite bad in there.
Obviously people coming out, pool balls in socks, throwing them at people, hitting officers with pool cues, people slitting throats with razors that they've melted into toothbrushes.
This is all stuff you saw?
This is stuff I've seen whilst I was in there, and this was a couple of years ago. I mean, I'm led to believe it's got worse since I've left there as well. So, I mean, there's quite a lot of bad stuff that goes on in there.
How frightened are people?
Very.
Today's report says Glen Parva was unsafe, with high and increasing levels of violence and bullying. But there was no prison-wide strategy to address those issues, and efforts to challenge perpetrators and to protect victims were largely ineffective.
We were very concerned. It was a dangerous place. We thought they had very low expectations of the young men that were held there, and so they weren't being prepared well to leave the prison and leave law-abiding lives.
It's some of the detail in today's inspection report that makes the most shocking reading. Prisoners charging other inmates rent using threats of violence. And some prisoners so scared of being attacked that they're committing offences just to get into solitary confinement.
Well, the Howard League has compared prisons like Glen Parva to Lord of the Flies because it's where young people are basically in charge and are running amok and are being very violent because they're caged in. The Howard League is calling on the government to close down Glen Parva. We would like a review of the policy and the sentencing structure for young adults because far too many end up in prison on remand and they don't get a prison sentence afterwards. Some of them are innocent and far too many go in for short sentences. We have to do something.
The prison service accepts that Glen Parva's been struggling to tackle serious challenges, but it says those problems are already being dealt with, and it's ordered a national review of young offenders centres. Jeremy Ball, BBC's Midlands Today, Glen Parva.